guys. All right, so we are going to observe our grass again. So go ahead and take out that observation page and write down today's date. So 4/20. And let's get started. Oh, actually, before we get started, I'm gonna try my best to get a little bit closer. I wanted you to take a look at the height of our grass. So notice Rox is kind of flopping over a little bit over here. And it's not quite as tall as the clay soil. Sand is not even close. But I wanted you to take a look and be able to compare the potting soil and the clay soil. So they're almost about the same. Potting soil has a couple that are longer, but these are both pretty long. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to see them next to one another. All right, so I'm gonna try to set my camera back up the right way. Okay, here we go. So potting soil. It's super long at this point. Like if this was in my yard, I would definitely be mowing. And as you can see here, there's a little guy. There's still more that are starting to sprout. So there's still little baby grass blades that are coming. And that's what the roots look like. So pretty cool. All right, and sand. So it's not as sparse as it was before. So that means like it's starting to fill in a little bit. There's a lot of little baby ones coming up. But it definitely took a longer time for the sand to get started, right? So it's growing, but it's gonna take a little bit to catch up to the rest. Here is our clay. And this is kind of cool. If you look close, all those roots, and actually it looks like there's like grass underneath the soil here. They don't actually look like roots because roots are typically white. And this looks like there's like some green stuff in here. It almost looks like there's grass down in there. So that's the clay soil. And yeah, our rocky soil is kind of flopping a little bit. So that's that. Okay. So write down your observations. And in today's regular lesson, we are going to just observe some of the things that are in dirt. So normally I would have you guys like dump out some dirt on your desk and look at it with a magnifying glass and stuff. But obviously we can't do that here. So I'm going to hold this up to the camera and kind of like poke through as best I can to show you what is in dirt, because there is a whole bunch of stuff in there. And actually, if you go out into your yard and dig a little bit, you're gonna even find like a lot of bugs and stuff, worms especially. And as much as we think they're kind of like, ugh, gross, or maybe you really like them, I don't know. I'm not a big fan, but worms actually make your soil really healthy. So if there are a lot of worms in your soil, chances are the plants that are growing, they're going to be healthy. So kind of neat. As much as, we don't really like worms for the most part, they're very good for our soil. So every animal has a purpose, right? Okay, so I'm gonna pick out some of the stuff in this dirt. You know what? I'm actually gonna hold my camera. I'm gonna come back over to the table. I think it might be easier. Okay, so in this dirt, you see there's like this little, like looks like it is either like a little twig or maybe an old root. There's also like chunks of some stuff. Do you guys see the chunks? Let's see what else I can find in here. Here, you know what, guys? I'm gonna make this messy. So there's like little wood chips. That's almost, I think that's like a wood chip. Yeah. And normally, I guess these little white things are little rocks. Normally you can find some rocks in soil too. I'm gonna break this up a little bit and see if I can find any rocks. Nope, not in this batch, but a lot of times you can also find rocks in soil. Nope, that's more of like a wood chip. And the rocks are actually going to lead us into our next lesson that has to do with rocks. So we're not finding any today, but there's a lot of different stuff that makes up soil. It's not, here we go, here's a rock. So it's not just like brown pieces of like brown specks. It is made up of like old roots, old plants. As gross and disgusting as this sounds, like dead bugs and stuff actually are what you'll find underground, and it all helps make the soil healthy. So that's all for today. You don't need to write anything down. We're just today's job, we just needed to look at what is in soil, and we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow. I'll see you later.